Hi, and welcome again to our second episode of Spilling the Tea. Today, talking Are You a Molly or No? I am one of your co-hosts, Chris Snyder, psychotherapist at CJL Counseling and Associates. I'm here to kind of talk some of the juiciness happening in our community and related to mental health. With me is my awesome co-host, Kenise, who will say what's up.
Hey everybody, my name is Kenise Eaton. I am one of the associates at CJL Counseling and Associates. So we are going to just jump right into this thing with Are You a Molly or Nah? We'll wait. First off, Chris, how was your week?
Interesting. So, first let me say these podcasts are a little complicated. They are nerve-wracking. I feel like I'm a whole imposter up in here. The topics and making sure I'm helping people and, what shoes to wear when you can't see my feet. This whole thing is a notion. However, it's been an okay week. Oddly, I felt a little shamed today this week, by somebody I kind of thought was a friend.
Oh no.
Yeah, so let's say I wanted to engage in one of my hobbies that I normally do and had reached out and asked could I see them for a private lesson. Mm-hmm. And they was like, no, because you've been working out. I was like, oh, as if, I might catch something because you around other people.
Oh.
And it was hard. I was like, ooh. So yeah, I had a feeling about it. It was definitely shaming. I felt it was judgy. But I also felt it was shaming because I know I live my life out loud. I'm kind of pretty unapologetic about most things, and you kind of know where I am. I'll check in where I am. And I feel like somebody else likely has seen you privately, but just because you don't know what they doing don't mean, it's not an equal risk. But hey. Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, am I doing something wrong? I don't know. I had a lot of thoughts about it. But anyway, so that was a moment. And other than that, easy work week. My clients are I would think, all progressing always because it's just commitment. Commitment means progress. So I don't know. I think that's about it. How about you? What's going on in your week?
Well, first off, I want to say I'm sorry that you had that feeling. But my week has been pretty good, pretty chill.
My clients are
although I feel like we're still on punishment, but I can't wait for this weather to break. So I'm just waiting on the good weather to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to go back to your situation, that kind of pulls us right back into this Molly thing and the whole series on Insecure.
Yeah, it had, until literally I was saying it, I didn't even realize how much connected it was to friendship and shame and vulnerability and kind of all of those things that come up. But for sure, this definitely brings up into what everybody right now is talking about is Are You a Molly? Mm-hmm. And it's funny because we talked about this. I really struggle with the idea of, do we talk about what everybody else is talking about related to, Molly is insecure and jealous and not a good friend, and we can move in that same space, or do we, which I kind of prefer we talk about, which we will, is Issa. Mm-hmm. And why is Issa letting Molly exist? What purpose is Molly getting, and Issa getting, having a Molly kind of in her life? And I think we can spend a few minutes kind of recapping or talking about Molly and what we see. But I think it's all about Issa.
Yeah.
What you think?
I definitely agree with that because I think everybody has that consistency. And even as you look on social media, everybody is going in on Molly. She's controlling, she's selfish, she's conniving. She was just downright wrong for everything that she's done to Issa.
Right.
But at the same time, Issa played a role in it too.
Yep.
And this is a friendship that has been going on for years. And
Sure.
Molly has been allowed to be who she is throughout the duration of their friendship. This isn't something that just happened. It's
Right.
been a build up.
Right.
So in that it becomes, if you are a Molly, then where's your accountability? But at the same time, if you are an Issa that has a Molly in your life, where's your accountability?
Right. Right. Yeah. And that's exactly what I'm thinking. I mean, for sure, Molly is that glass house that throws stones all day. Like she
had a hand.
boy will have listen, what stone? What? Who? Oh, you got hit? Oh, how? What?
Why you ain't duck?
Right, what?
You saw it coming?
All day long. She's there, and fairly I do, because we talked about it. I want to connect this also to men.
Yes.
Because men are Mollies too. This is definitely not at all only about females. Men will literally do the same thing. Men will go, oh man, dog, I told you that wasn't gonna work.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
let me think, what's some other things that men might say?
You know she smashed the homies.
For sure,
Or-
for sure. You really want that one?
Those ain't even the latest Jordans. Why you ain't wait for the new retros to come out?
For sure. So men and women are Mollies.
Yeah.
However, as much as men and women do that, we let them do it. And I'll speak for me personally. Sometimes some people, if you accountable enough, it calls you to your stuff. Like you go, oh, well, am I? Which fairly, I feel like Issa sometimes does. She'll kind of go, well, sometimes my stuff do stink and I do need help a lot. But so for me, I know some Mollies have been good for me in that they really bring attention to what's happening in my own life and make me kind of look in my bubble. However, and even all the Mollies that I think could be around me, I use them for where I want them now. I'm not ignorant to the fact that they're a Molly. I am actively aware, but it doesn't mean I get rid of them. And that is something in all of like the social media things that I've read, the response is normally get rid of them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know friendship was just that cookie cutter where it was they either some great high-end friend that is always okay and great with no shit of their own, or they're not your friend at all. Like it's
Right.
So one or the other scenario.
Right. And then at that point, it's about conflict resolution.
Yeah.
So is it that a lot of us are afraid to confront people? Are we afraid of the confrontation? Are we that afraid of hurting somebody else's feelings that we just always allow ours to be jumped on?
Yeah.
Where is that line? Where do we stop that?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I know, again, you only speak for me because I'm the only one in the chair. Start speaking, oh, Chris, that don't really matter for me, so I don't think that, so I ain't gonna speak for nobody else but me. I know I struggle sometimes with my own voice. As assertive as people think I am, when it comes to my friendships, I tend to be more giving, more what do you want, more what makes you happy. An example, and I noticed it, shameless plug, I'm doing a summit at the end of the month with Let It Out Brands, and it's going to be crazy great. It's a virtual summit about how to come back outside. So it's health, it's wellness, it's HR stuff, dealing with COVID issues and employee stuff, and it's mental health, and it's how to vacation again. It's just going to be stupid great.
Oh, wow.
But so we in this group thread, and the Yoli Cox is she runs it. It's like it's her baby.
She's super sweet.
She everything. She says she wants to do like a conference call talking about a couple things, and she throws out a couple times. I'm looking and everybody's giving out times, and I'm in my mind like, well, whatever everybody else wants. A few of those times did not work for me, and I'm thinking, how can I accommodate? How can I just move some stuff around? Like, how can I make this so I can, because it seems like there's like a flow here of like this common idea of what works, and it did not at all work for me. But I'm like, I'll make the sacrifice because it seems like they need this from me. Like they need a consensus.
Okay.
Even though they ain't saying they need me to do any dang old thing, but I'm like, this is what's needed. I need to go along with that thing and quiet my own voice. And I'll do it, and I noticed it. And I was like, oh, damn, Chris, you're doing it again. So I don't like that thing sometimes, but I also, it's okay to have a friend that knows I do it and go, Chris, you can't go, I don't know. Because I'm quick to also say, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I want. What y'all think? You're not going to not pick. You have to pick because then it requires your voice. And so you have to know your friends. You really have to know how to confront throwing rocks. And you have to know at the same time why that person is useful. Both is happening at the same time.
And see, and listening to you talk, I'm sitting here questioning myself. And I'm like, I don't have those issues. Am I on Molly and I don't know it? Like, what's going on in here? Let me think. But I think the difference might be is that I sometimes care about people's feelings. And I have this thing where I'll often say, I love you enough to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I can't worry about your feelings. You need to know the truth.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't receive any benefit from that.
Yeah.
And I think Mollies are always looking for how do they benefit. I enjoy seeing my friends win.
Yeah, for sure.
And I get so much glamour out of that sometimes I won't even state my own accomplishments because right now, today's your day.
Yeah.
And then if you feel like tomorrow needs to be your day, tomorrow can be your day too. And it could get to the point where we're going so far down the line that it's like, well, Kenise, why didn't you say something? It was about other people. And I know what I've done. So I won't say anything because I don't want to overshadow anybody. I'm a firm believer in somebody else's light does not need to dim so that mine could shine.
For sure.
But there is a line with that because you can't hold yourself back from saying, but what about this? But what about me? The relationship should always be reciprocal.
Yeah.
It should always be reciprocal. There should be a downtime from where you sit down and like, okay, look at my girl go. And then there should be a time where your girl can sit down and say, okay, well, look at her. Or even dudes, because this is absolutely an issue that's not gender specific. Yeah. So it's where you have to be able to look at how you highlight other people. Yeah. And when you aren't highlighting other people, are you hating? And some of us want to get into this thing where I'm just being honest. I'm just honest.
Damn, when they say it's just my opinion. Ooh-wee.
How are we giving those opinions?
Yeah.
How are we giving those opinions? And what's the purpose of your honesty in that moment?
Yeah.
I have a friend, and she's given me permission to talk about some of the issues that she's having. So lots of times when you hear us talking about cases or people that are outside of us, we will get their permission before we just come on here talking about folk. But she's in a situation where she's questioning friendships.
What happened?
And they went back and said some stuff that wasn't necessarily their place to say. And it has caused her some unnecessary strife. And now she's in a situation where she's questioning their friendship. Pretty much she's always felt like one of them definitely was a Molly. She's felt like whenever she's made an accomplishment, she got to come pour salt on it. She got to minimize it. She has to reduce it. Or she has to compare it to what she's done. You only can do that because you don't have this.
Oh.
Okay. And or if she's feeling a certain way about something, well, it's people out here that have it worse than you do.
Ooh.
But this is what I'm going through right now. So now she's in a situation where she's like, I don't know if this is our season.
Yeah.
And she's stuck because she, in my opinion, from listening to her, she doesn't want to continue these friendships. But these are 20 plus year friendships that she has. So how do you walk away from a 20-year friendship when you feel like you're not being fed into?
Is that current? Did it just begin, or
It's been through the years.
so we got 20 years of her being a Molly and 20 years of her letting her be a Molly?
Let's say about a good 15.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Are they both successful?
In their, they have their own things that they're doing. And to be completely transparent, I myself have walked away from the particular young lady in question. So I'm not entirely sure about her success, because that's what you want to do, you know, if it makes you smile.
So she do it to everybody?
Yeah. We can go ahead and say that, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I often think, you know, when I watch Molly on the show, Molly is extremely successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, it just really makes you wonder, you know, when it appears there's a solid family, even though Dad did some stuff, the family is, I say solid family in the sense the family recovered. And I think the couples, families, people go through things, and it's not about not going through things. It's about the strength of the family during those things. And it seems like the family is moving through those things. So there's a family dynamic that's present. It could be used as a strength. And so Molly seems to have, she has a relationship that he could be a good guy. Also, far it appears he's great.
Mm-hmm.
She got over the race stuff and some of that stuff, and so that could be a thing. So she has a lot of pieces in place that make it all seem like, you know, like, why are you a Molly?
Right.
And so, I mean, it really, I always just, I mean, we can't help but wonder about self-worth and
Mm-hmm.
like, what happened? Like, where were you not praised enough to where the only way you feel good enough is at the underneath the souls of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's unfortunate when I hear it. Like, oddly, I'm extremely empathetic, crazy to the Mollys, because you are missing out on true friendship. You are missing out on being loved as you are. You are missing out on not just loving you for you. Like,
Yeah, genuine, authentic, organic relationships.
Like, that really sucks when I hear lost you as a friend. We might be in practice together, but screw this practice. Like, you my girl. Like, I'm not losing you as a friend. So the idea, and I know the quality of your friendship. So to have you walk away is a big thing. So the idea of knowing she lost that, like, I'm like, damn, like.
And everybody walks on eggshells around her. There's certain components of their lives that they're unwilling to share with her. And I don't know how to be that friend where you can only know so much about me.
Yeah.
Now, if
Yeah.
a lot of women may disagree with me on this, and you guys may switch off at this point, but I am that person. If I can't trust my girl butt ass naked around my man, she don't need to be my girl.
Yep. Facts. And I'm the same way.
If I can't trust my man butt ass naked around my girl, that ain't my man.
Yep. Yeah.
Those relationships need to be so loyal to me that if I walk in on them and they drunk in a hotel room together, I need to ask one question, and that's it. What happened? and I need to know that both of you are going to tell me the truth. If any one of you, if you make me feel like my bullshitometer is going off, then it's like, okay, no, I can't have you in my circle. But I'm that type of person. Being a friend is that important to me. I don't even take my child around anybody I don't trust. Because if I turn around and she do something, I need to know that you're going to correct her for me. And your correction is going to be out of love and care.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have been called naive 3,000 gazillion times because I literally think I am all in. I am all in from jump. So if literally, and it's not like a cocky thing or a narcissistic, if this go bad, it wasn't me, because I'm all in. Like, I'm giving you all of me. You're going to get every ounce of me, like, that exists. Like, the good, the bad, the shit is everything that I know I'm pouring in. Because I agree, like, my friendships are like the crux of me, like, in a lot of ways. Like, yeah, it's like if it was 3 parts, it'd be like family, friend, self. Like, I am in tune to all 3 of those things. And I just can't imagine, the authentic me is flawed. And I love it. So, and I want friendships that give me that mimic that same thing. And so when I hear about Amali and even this person, like, that's so sad to me. Like, not only is it sad for, like, her as a person, like the person who is not able to love herself in a way that's, like, really good and yummy, but you are losing friendship. Like, so in my mind, 2 of your 3 areas are, like, fucked. Basically, like, I don't know another word, but, like, you jacked up. Like, what you got left? You don't got self. You don't got friend. I got to imagine if you the same way with friends, you got to be that way with family. Like, I just got to believe there's some family that's just not telling you, like, oh, let's not call her today.
Right. Because even if we take it to celebrities, Tamar Braxton, bless her poor little heart.
Yeah.
But it's kind of that same undertone. It's like, even if you try to talk to her, anger comes out immediately.
Yeah.
So there isn't a way to try to resolve any issues or confront her, because that anger is going to lash out and you immediately become the problem. And I guess that's why everybody walks on eggshells around her, because they know that she's not going to be receptive of the feedback that they have to share with her.
How has she ever received the feedback though? Has a person went, what, that was mean, or I wish you was more supportive of me, or
folks have tried, and the anger comes out immediately.
See, anger is shame. Like in Molly's, anger is shame and embarrassment, and a very uncomfortability with the idea of being embarrassed. Which sucks. I don't think nobody wants to actually be embarrassed. Like, okay. And I think shame is very difficult. But I also, again, therapist in me is thinking, well, how do we work with, like, I always want regular people, like, to be therapists. If you meet her with the idea of, I wish she was more supportive, and she meets you with anger, kind of almost like I get it. This is difficult. I get why you're angry. You feel like I'm attacking you, or you feel like, I don't appreciate the things you say. I want you to communicate with me. I want you to tell me, when something is good or when something is bad. But I need you to also just hear this one time. I need support. Like, and almost fight through the anger. Like, but most people don't.
Yeah, and she makes it very difficult, because then the name calling starts.
Name calling. Yeah. Like the way she went at Molly and ruined her whole, Issa, and ruined the whole little block party.
And then you got to start using the words as weapons and all of that jazz. And so I empathize with my friend, because I can understand why she doesn't want to confront the young lady, but at the same time, it's stressing her.
Yeah.
And it's wearing her down. So it's like, okay, friend, like we gonna piss or we gonna get off the pot now. So you gonna have to kind of make a choice. You can't continue to beat around this bush, and because like they're calling, and they're calling because like, hey girl, what you doing? And she just looking at the phone like, why you calling me? But she's not saying anything.
Yeah, see, I guess these are those moments where you walk away from the friendship. I do think it needs to be a lot of steps before the walk away. I was talking with my brother early in the week, and we was kind of talking about me and Molly's and kind of how men tend to move in Molly scenarios. And he was saying how they kind of compartmentalize friendships. Like, well, I know I only talk to him about, this said thing, or you kind of just ignore them, and I was thinking, I don't think women compartmentalize in that way. It might work for me, and I do think it's possible to kind of go, I call him when we play ball. That's my ball buddy.
Right.
And kind of when ball over, I kind of go by, and, I don't see him again. Or, this my dude I call, when I need the hookup. We might shoot the shit for a minute and talk for a second, but it's kind of just surface. It's cool.
Right.
And he don't really, he don't know nothing. So I do think men I don't know if we do that the same.
Yeah, I think we kind of like wrap everybody up, but at the same time, and this was a thing too with Molly. I think the ultimate teardown of their friendship, where Molly became the most I don't want to say vulgar, but the most aggressive or passive aggressive in the friendship, is when Condola came into the picture.
Oh, intimidation.
Yeah. So this whole notion of no new friends, and that's also something that my friend has an issue with. She has multiple best friends, multiple. And one group don't particularly like the other group because they feel like, well, we're 20 plus year friends. That's only your 10 plus year friend.
Oh, no.
But what difference does it make? A friend is a friend. And I'm going to be there for my friend no matter if I just met them yesterday or if I've known them since 1973. Yeah. Like, my friendship is my friendship. And basically, y'all got something in common. Me. Birds of a feather typically flock together. Yeah. So there should be some kind of way to where we can blend together. Yeah. And y'all don't got to be best friends, but at least y'all can be cordial and cool. But there's an issue with that too. So we definitely, I think some of us might be able to compartmentalize, but the majority of us, even if you do have separate groups of friends, your separate groups of friends still know all of your juice. Yes. They still know all of your juice. Because even I have different groups of friends. Yeah. I have a group of friends where I'm the only one that's single. So, hey, y'all, I know y'all husbands got friends. Help a sister out. But I have a group of friends that's married, and I'm the only one that's single. I have a group of friends where all of them are older than me. I think the one closest to me might be maybe 8 years older than me. Okay. And then I have a group of friends where I'm the only one with a degree, let alone 2. And I have a group, I have different groups of friends. And when I'm having issues, I like having those different points of views. Yeah. So I may go to my married group of friends and say, okay, well, what do you guys think about this issue? How can I resolve this? I may go to my older women. How do you guys best think I can resolve this? I don't think men bounce their issues off of those many people. Not at all. They may go to that one homie.
Pick one. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. And when the one homie,
keep it to themselves. I mean, we talking this a maybe, not maybe. Right. Go to the one homie.
And that one homie all he gonna say is, "Man, dog, that's fucked up."
That's it. It's a one liner.
I don't know what you gonna do.
What you gonna do? That's it. That's all you got right there. That's where it ends.
Right. Sure. So so it's definitely different for them in how they handle it. I just lost my thought.
Well, as you figure out your thoughts, something that I was thinking about in this idea of still we're talking about the conflict resolution and idea of how do we deal with Imali and why are we enabling Imali, and kind of how both play on each other and sometimes don't play on each other. But I really do believe the idea of Molly's literally serve sometimes directly the purpose of your own boasting. I don't do what she do. You see how she always trying to knock us because when we with your other friends, she always talking shit. She always this, she always that. She ain't never happy for us. It's your moment to activate your own stuff. And I've seen, and I'd be like, well, while we sitting here, I don't want to talk about nobody who ain't sitting here. Like, we ain't even, and why you, so if she didn't say nothing, you wouldn't actually even be able to boast about yourself. You need her. Literally, you are using her inability to communicate or be true to self to shine your light, to bring it back to you, to still keep you the center of attention is what you're doing. Like, and I've seen, again, I really think as much as we say Molly is the bad guy, I mean, Issa, you picked her.
Right.
You don't know your friends? Like, when do we assess our friendships? Like, I feel like over the years, and I completely agree, like I have some long-term forever friends, like from way back forever ago. And then I have some friendships that I've established probably in the last 5 years. Hell, my wife, hey Ivy, I haven't been her friend but a few years. She literally is one of my closest friends. Equal, which all my friendships to me are equal, but still equal to a 20-year friend. And I just can't, I assessed her. Like, I think we all, like, at this point, like, are you good for me?
Right.
Like, is this good for me? Like, and are we really doing that? Like, I'm just not taking in people. Like, I'm watching, okay, what is she saying here? Because now I got social media, I can actually look at what she talking about. Like, what are her values aligning up to? Like, what is she doing? We on the phone and she's saying, are we slashing tires and all? Like, I'm like, if that's, like, what's her conversation to me? And how do I test that against myself? And if we not doing that, then you are welcoming, on some level, you are asking for Molly to come to you. Because there are just some people that are not good for us. Like, because they ain't good for themselves yet. So they not good for you. And so I look at my friendships in terms of not worthiness to be my friend, but where's your work in yourself so that you can be my friend? Because I'm about to give you all of me and you might not be ready for all of me. So if you ain't done the work in you damn sure not ready, because I'm about to hand you every ounce of where you gonna go, Chris, I'm gonna slap you today. I think you have probably said a couple times, Chris, if you don't.
Yes. Yes, I have.
And if I can't give you that, and you can't be my friend.
And as you were talking, I was thinking, how much of that is selfish? But it's okay to be selfish.
That's what I was just thinking. Yep.
It's okay. As long as you know where the line is, where the boundaries are, and you are reciprocating in your friendships, it's okay to be selfish sometimes. It's okay to tell your friend, like, hey, today, I just can't. I know you want to talk about this for the 50, 11,000 million, trillion, 100 billion time, but today I just can't. You get to take those moments. If we can take a mental health day from work, we can take a mental health day from a friend. And that friend should be a good enough friend to where they are understanding and they can take a step back and say, oh my God, I haven't asked you how you are today. You called me to talk and I just completely took over the conversation. that friend should then be able to say, well, what do you need from me?
Yep.
How can I feed into you? And that's what Issa and Molly aren't doing. It's just, in my opinion, I feel like Molly has Issa around so that she can be top dog, somebody that she's better than,
Yep.
and to be needed.
Yep, for sure.
Molly needs to be needed. And Issa has her around because whenever she needs something, Molly's there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a relationship
And condole with her and all that.
Yes, she really did. And that's why the things, in my opinion, between Molly and Issa came to a head, because now there's this threat that you might not need me anymore. So let me figure out what I can do to stir up some mess to get you away from this person, which I think is the issue with my friend as well. She was getting too close to somebody, and her friends kind of may have felt threatened by it. You're getting something that I don't think you should have because I don't have it. So let me figure out how I can stir up some mess so that you don't have it and you can come back to me, because you don't hang out with me no more because you always over there.
You know what's interesting, as I hear you say that, the idea of need and friendship. It's an interesting kind of juxtaposition in that I can say, as equally as I love my friendships, I need me to be able to reflect, to be accountable, to work through some things, to hold my own, because all y'all can have lives that day. It can literally be that day when all y'all, all them groups you named, busy.
Yep.
And at what point am I able to do I pull some shit from me that is good enough to move me through it? And friendships are an extension of me.
Yes.
And the idea that without them, you somehow have lost you is, again, I go back to self. And that is a really scary thing to me, like where you yourself have lost you. So whether you're talking relationship, friendship, in the family, and you go into the house and you feel completely small in the family at Thanksgiving dinner, or in any, like, if you literally lose you fairly, how can you really be a friend to anybody?
Right.
Even if you ain't a Molly, you cannot, like, if I cannot say, I hear, like you said, I hear you, and today is, I have to stay in me. Like, me needs to fill me up.
Yep.
And so I need to, like, do this barrier real fast for today. I love you, and I want to hear what's going on, and I'm connected to what's happening for you. But for me to, like, do it correctly, I need a second. And that's me filling me up. Like, no one can do that.
Yep.
And that's again, that goes back to, I really feel bad for the Mollies. Like, they're missing themselves and friendship. And that really, damn it.
And see, and I feel bad for the Issas, because I don't understand why you don't have the courage to utilize your voice.
Yeah.
Everybody gets to speak their piece. Everybody gets to say, hey, when you did that, I didn't like it. That hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Or I really enjoyed when you did this. Like, you get to say what it is that you don't like, what it is that you don't like. If you never tell me, Kenise, I don't like when you drink purified drinking water, I'm going to keep doing it.
Thank you.
if you never offer me any sort of correction, I'm going to keep doing it because I'm thinking that it's okay.
Yeah.
And then if I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and now all of a sudden you want to come with something new, yeah, I'm finna blame it on your 10-year friendship.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have these thoughts before.
I get that.
So where are these thoughts coming from now? So I feel sorry for the Issas of the world, because it's don't wait. Don't wait for that straw to break the camel's back before you speak up, because now your words are going to come out differently, because there's anger tied to it now. You're beyond hurt feelings. Now you pissed off, and it's going to come out differently. So I think if we spend more time in the beginning teaching people how to treat us, we won't get to a situation where we have to tell somebody, you always been in some mess. I think you like mess. That's hurtful.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree to get to the point to where Molly was even able to say that. It's kind of like, ooh, how'd she get there? I just can't see how we even got that step. Like we missed some steps. Is there some scenes that y'all cut out? Because definitely, when did we get to that scene? Because I agree. I do feel like I expect accountability in myself and in my friendships for sure. And I don't think we would have ever got to that step where I got to tell you, or I'm even hearing you say, you like drama and mess. I'm sorry.
Do you live in your friendships? Like, do you live vicariously through some of your friends?
I mean, sometimes because they do things that I ain't bold enough to do, and I know people think I'm really bold. Like, we got a friend, and she has decided kind of sort of, to change up her relationship status. And, and she had been in her relationship for a long time. And I commend her. I mean, I'm like, you did it. Like, she had been talking about ending this relationship for a minute and living in a truth that belongs to her. And it's really good. Like, I love it for her. And it's scary as hell for me. I'm like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I would have did it. I don't know. I probably would have just kept trying some more and making some more sacrifices. So yeah, I think I live through my friends and sometimes in their boldness.
Okay.
But I don't live in it. It's more so almost I love what they're doing and it motivates me. Like, maybe I can be bold too.
Okay.
But then I'm saying it like, damn, you really bold. Like I love that about you. And sometimes I'm not. Like, sometimes I'm really afraid. Tell me what you did. Like, teach me the ways, Yoda, because I sometimes can't. But other than that, I think that's the only
So more
way.
so in celebration.
Oh, for sure.
In celebration instead of envy.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever envied anyone on this planet. I can't think of. No, I don't think I do envy. Because I'm happy. If you're my friend, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Like, I legitimately want you to win. Like, how can I make you even greater at what you're doing? Like, I tell one of my girlfriends all the time, if she don't quit her day job and jump in, like, I'm a fighter, because, like, it's time. Like, you so great. I don't understand, like, how you work for anybody. Like, your craft over here is so stupid. Like, what do you need? Like, tell me. And, like, I am so all in for you. It's like, oh my God, like what, like, so yeah, I think I'm too all in and too much rooting for my friends to do the envy part. And I love living in what they doing. When you said that earlier, like, yeah, like, I think, and it's an empathy piece, I think, for me, because I think I'm naturally, like, I hold people's stuff, but when I see them happy, like, I almost physically feel it. Like, it is my happiness. Like, it's so palpable to me. Like, when my friends are, like, in their zone or doing the thing they do, or, like, just, it's oozing out of them. Like, I'm like, give them more of it. Like, let them have this forever. And can I watch it, like, unfold, because I'm so, like, in love with it. Like, physically in love with what they're doing. So, yeah, but I want that same thing back too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's that reciprocation piece. Now, that's coming from a person that's secure in herself.
Yeah.
So when you are a person that's not secure in yourself, where is the honesty in being able to say that I'm genuinely happy for my friend? Or do you just get stuck in those moments where, okay, I'm a smile because everybody else smiling, but that bitch really didn't deserve that. Why she get that and I didn't?
I don't know them women. But they ain't in my circle. Let me tell you, I might know them, but they ain't in my circle, and they ain't sure ain't gonna do that around me because I'll say something. But I hope they move through that. That's literally what pops in my mind is if that is you, as you hear this today or any other day you ever hear this podcast, if you do that at any point, it's time for you to go inside yourself. You are unhappy.
Absolutely.
You are an unhappy person, and I'm saying to your face, I come ring my bell, inbox me for my address. You can have it. Like I'm gonna tell you, you are an unhappy human. And it's time for you to go inside, like some therapy or something, some work, some soul searching, some.
Yeah, because like one of the things my granny used to say to me, and my granny is responsible for a lot of the reasons why I am the way that I am, and she used to say to me all the time, if your friends are receiving blessings, rejoice, because that means God is in your neighborhood. And it's like, okay, so that means I could be next. Like my doorbell gonna ring next. Okay, so it's that whole piece of if her light is shining and mine is shining too, we shining bright as hell at this point. We gonna be here, right? So it doesn't have to be a situation where I need her to dumb down. Yeah. So that mine can shine brighter. No. I'm about to turn you up. Because the brighter you shine, the brighter I shine. For sure. It doesn't even have to be a situation where I'm receiving a benefit from it. But the happier, first off, the happier you are, the less stress you call me with.
Facts. For sure.
So I need you to kind of work through some things. Because like a lot of us, issues become redundant. Every day we want to talk about why the alphabet starts with the letter A instead of starting with the letter I. And there's only so many times that we can talk about why the alphabet starts with the letter A.
And let's not be clear and not say we not the friend where we just, friend, that's so great. I'm going to say, dude, you and this letter I thing, what's up? Right. Like it's boo, it's getting old. We here 10 times. You want to tell me something? But I'm not saying critiquing friendship is not important too. Like I'm not just rooting for you. I'm not the friend. I am also, and I'm all in. I am going to tell you also your shit stank. Yep. The difference is my intent. I'm not telling you your shit stank because I don't want you to pay attention to my shit that's stinking. Right. I am only telling you because I need you shining. Right. It's a huge difference. And so I'm not going, I'm just kumbaya all my friendships and we are just happy. And I am admitting happy at all. No, look, dude, I don't want to hear I no more. Why you keep talking about I? It's A. Like, what's the problem here? Like, what you need from me? How can I help you understand and get to A being okay? Like, and us getting over this thing. Right. Like, that also is a part of friendship. Molly is doing it for sure because self isn't okay and it's for her to shine. I want you to shine. And so now I'm going to tell you exactly probably what Molly said, but my intent is a whole different animal. And I think that's, again, where I go back to feeling bad for Molly because she's just not happy. She's not happy.
Okay, now what happens when your friend is doing something destructive? And she, girl, just support me. Damn.
Oh, no. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you no. And when you come to my house and ring my bell and you crying, I'm right there at the same time too. I'm gonna console you. We gonna talk through it. We gonna find out what do you think went wrong. What did you need? Tell me the purpose. We gonna delve. I'm a therapist, so we gonna always delve into all of the pieces. But my support is gonna come in helping you move through it, not watching you fall on your ass. Like I don't have to. You gonna fall on your ass, so I don't need to watch it happen.
Right, that part.
It's gonna happen.
And I think that might be the area where we differ. My support only goes so far. It only goes so far. I had a friend that was in a very abusive relationship. and she was talking about marrying this man. And the abuse was to the point where her children were fighting the man and trying to get them off of their mother. And when she told me that story, and then still told me that she wanted to marry him and she wanted me to be her maid of honor.
Oh.
I said, I'm going to have to bow out. I appreciate you wanting me to fulfill that role. And of course, she went off, all the way off. You supposed to be my motherfucking friend. How you gonna tell me that you're not gonna? This is supposed to be the happiest day of your life. And I said it just as calmly. This is supposed to be the happiest day of your life. And if you want your day to be happy, it would be best that I'm not there, because I cannot stand and watch you marry somebody that is hitting you in front of your children. And she was the very first person, I've had to say this multiple times to different people, unfortunately, but she's the very first person that I had to say, when he kills you, let me know what you want me to do with your children. And when I said that to her, that's when she walked away. And she came back to me and she apologized to me for everything. And she said my words made her realize, because she realized that I'm always rooting for her. I'm always feeding into her. I'm always trying to make sure when she come to me with an idea, we troubleshooting that thing. How can we make this blossom? And she realized that when I stopped, that I really, really and truly cared for her. And she had to sit, it made her sit down and think, like, if my best friend can't be here for this. And I told her, I'm gonna make a mockery of your wedding. Like, if I come, I'm setting it off. Like, I'm coming down the aisle and I'm gonna just make a mockery of it. So since that's supposed to be the happiest day of your life, it's best that I'm not there.
I think that's still being her friend.
It was.
It's still, and again, like I said, I'm not gonna watch you fall on your face. Like I don't need to see that. But afterwards, when it's all done, come see me. Like, and I'm here. I am 100%. We gonna figure this thing. We gonna troubleshoot this whole scenario, and we gonna figure it out. But I don't watch my friends fall.
Yeah. I try to help you before. Like, watch your step. Yeah. You gonna miss it. You about to miss it. Hold up. Wait. Give me your hand. I got you. I'll try to be there for you every step of the way. But once I see that you are at the place where you want to live in this, go ahead.
Yep.
Once you finish bumping your head on this wall and you realize that it's made of brick, and now you bleeding and you got all these stitches, come on, I got some remedies from my grandma. We gonna help get the scar to go away.
Yeah. And I think, like you said, it requires a sense of self that can do that and not. I don't think you're a good friend if you go to the wedding and watch or even stand by her. I agree. You can't. You cannot.
I couldn't. I absolutely
It's
couldn't.
not genuine. And again, and I think, but that's first you being connected to self and not being the friend that's going to stand next to her talking about her. You still being not her friend.
Right.
Like, again, if we really, and you are now a Molly. Like,
Right.
See, I told her this wedding wasn't gonna be no good. I told her that man when you was useless. I told her, like, you just standing here to tell, like, okay, we hear you.
Yeah, and I realized that our season of a friendship was over when I started talking bad about her to other people.
Yeah.
And it was like, I loved her at one point. We were best friends.
Yeah.
You didn't see her without seeing me. And it was like, now I'm reduced to this. I think it's time for me to let this one go.
Yeah. Oh, you was a Molly?
I think so. Just for a smidgen.
Aww.
A smidgen. Like, she was doing things that I just didn't understand. Yeah. I didn't understand it. And so I would go to other people like, yeah, what would y'all do? What do y'all think? And once it became more so about me putting her business out there versus looking for solutions that I can take back to her to try to fix things, that's when I realized I need to stop. And I just need to walk away from the friendship.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It just makes me think about, like, what it pulled in you. Like, what was happening to where you was pulled by kind of what she was doing
Mm-hmm.
to make you go talk. Like again, you know, we talked about in the beginning the idea of conflict resolution and like how do you communicate with your friend what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
You went to other people.
Yeah. But
You
that
just
was
got
after
angry.
I went to her.
Okay.
After I went to her.
And but domestic violence is different.
Mhm.
Like that's its own animal.
Mhm.
The rules are a little different. Not in friendship, but just in when you come to that place of domestic violence to make a move.
Mhm.
So that's a whole nother animal. But yeah, I think I'm thinking about how you became the point where you was talking about her,
Mhm.
like what pulled in you or what was happening for you. But anyway,
Mhm.
you're not on the couch today. That's not why we here. We here to, you know, just talk. And yeah, I don't know. I guess, you know, to kind of sum it all up, just Molly ain't right for sure.
Mhm.
Like we can talk. Molly definitely showed she needs to be on the top and somebody to be on the bottom, and she gonna do anything she can to kind of keep herself in a particular space. But I do not want us to forget that Issa allowed it.
Yes.
And you that matters. And I'm not saying, you know, everybody come back and jump on Molly's, you know, be her BFF. But I do think I would like some empathy and understanding that Molly is losing a lot in this. Sense of self is everything. I think, especially once you get a certain age, like just being good about self or feeling okay about you it holds some weight. I think at this point. So yeah, kind of think about where you are in this. How are you a Molly? What's happening in you that makes you be a Molly? And how are you continually growing yourself in the process? I think that's kind of, if anything, to take away from that relationship is take you away from it. Like, what am I doing to be a good friend? What am I doing to be accountable? What am I doing to, like, own my stuff so I never need to put somebody else down?
Right. Are you using this person for your benefit only?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think that matters. Oh, Molly. Well, you know, next week we are talking cheating.
Ooh.
Yeah, betrayal. And I don't want us thinking cheating only happens in intimate relationships.
Oh, okay. What you thinking?
We got betrayal can happen in friendships, as we talked about today. It can happen in family relationships. It can happen in business relationships. So I do want us to look more at cheating in a global sense, but we gonna also get to the good old stuff that we experience. He broke my heart. She cheated on me with my boy. We can do that too. We gonna touch some of that stuff, but I think we gonna look at because betrayal and trust.
Okay.
I think is where we gonna play in for next week.
Okay, cool.
This was good.
It was.
Well, we thank everybody for tuning in with us. We hope you come back next week.
Yeah. Tell the people where to find us.
Oh, yeah. So website, www.mindsempowered.org, MINDSEMPOWERED.org. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. All of the same. CJL Counseling and Associates. We didn't play with a bunch of names. It's all the same name. You can find us the same way in all of them. And yeah, come check out our blog and check out all of the things happening with us right now. It's been cool. Okay.
And when is your summit again?
Oh, the summit is the last week in May. Whatever the last week in May is, the 26th through the 30th, Monday through Saturday. Tons. It's gonna be bananas. Like, please, I'm gonna post a bunch of stuff on the site, on my page, on everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. It's a free summit too. It's virtual. You can log in and sign up for free. It's no cost to anyone to join the summit, and it's all the information anyone can need. You can also search Let It Out Brands on Facebook, and that'll lead you also to the same spot. So yeah, that's gonna be bananas. So yeah, okay, it's been good.
All right, everybody. See you next
Good night.
week.